Hi, I'm Cody Boccia and welcome to Telemazing, and these are my top 5 shows if you were a kid in the 90s. There was nothing better to do than open up a Nickelodeon magazine and grab a nice cold Capri Sun and watch some of my favorite shows with some of my favorite actors from the 90s. One of my favorite things about being a kid in the 90s and watching some of those great shows is that I now get to see some of those same actors in current shows on television at this moment. And so, here are my top 5 shows if you were a kid in the 90s. Number 5 definitely has to be Grandfathered. If you were a huge fan of The Amanda Show or Drake and Josh, or even if you were a big Full House fan, you get some of your favorite stars like Josh Peck and my all-time favorite, John Stamos. One's definitely aged a little bit, the other not at all, but it still stays just in that same realm of comedy that you love, lighthearted fun, good laughs, and that undermeaning of some emotion, which is one of my favorite things to watch in a good comedy. Now this is a brand new show, so if you miss watching it like you did in the 90s, week by week, you can start it off fresh with that first episode that just aired on Fox. And that's why Grandfathered is my number 5 pick. My number 4 show would have to be Saturday Night Live. Being a huge Kenan Thompson fan on all that for all those years was one of my favorite moments of sketch comedy television, and it was something that was definitely for our generation. Getting to see him now on SNL doing more adult sketches is probably one of my favorite things to tune into each week. Also, every time the camera just cuts to Kenan, even if he doesn't have a line, is probably the funniest moment of that episode. The new season just started, and you should definitely be checking out each week. And Saturday Night Live with Kenan Thompson has to be my number 4 pick. My number 3 pick is definitely going to be Claire Danes on Homeland. If you were a big fan of My So-Called Life, it's nice to see her get through her teen angst years and now be working with the CIA each week to help defend this country. Homeland definitely keeps you on the edge of your seat watching each week, not knowing who's going to be around for the next episodes to come, but it definitely is one of my favorite episodes with a great ensemble, and it's great to see Claire Danes bringing it in each week, battling both terrorists and bipolar disorder. And that's why Homeland is definitely my number 3 pick. My number 2 pick would have to be The Affair on Showtime. Being a huge Dawson's Creek fan at the time, one of my favorite characters, if you weren't into the lead Dawson, had to be Pacey. Joshua Jackson is amazing on The Affair. He's definitely one of our favorite characters, being a supporting character, but we have hopes that in Season 2, the storyline's gonna follow him a lot more than it did in Season 1. Still follows that same love triangle, 2 guys, 2 girls, not sure who's gonna be in love with who, but you're actually rooting for Joshua Jackson in this one to hopefully get the girl. I have a feeling he doesn't, but hey, keep your fingers crossed. So Joshua Jackson in The Affair is definitely my number 2 pick. And my final number 1 pick would be Bloodline with Linda Cardellini. Exclusively on Netflix, this show follows the family that works in a hotel in the Keys, all doing different jobs when a troublesome brother shows up and starts using the hotel to do some business that he definitely shouldn't be doing. Being a huge Freaks and Geeks fan, I was really upset when that series got canceled, so I'm really excited to see her back working. She's definitely bringing the dramatic chops in comparison to when she played Lindsay back in Freaks and Geeks. I have a good feeling the show's gonna go really far, and with only 1 season on Netflix, you can feel free to binge watch it all and get excited for Season 2 coming out later this year. And that's why Bloodline is my number 1 pick, and these are my top 5 shows for if you were a kid in the 90s. So now I give the question to you guys. If you were a kid in the 90s or were a definite TV avid watcher and then, make sure you comment below and tell us what shows I missed, what shows you'd recommend, and let us know what actors that you love are currently working on shows from the 90s. If you're new to Telemazing, we appreciate you checking us out. We have a new video each weekday, so don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment below with the videos you recommend. I'm Cody Boccia, and thanks for watching Telemazing. Check you later. Check you later. Check you later.
That's not the same thing at all.
I said not too much. Now that's what I call music, volume 36. Being a kid in the 90s is now I get to see some of my favorite actors in current shows currently on. That doesn't sound good.